Welcome to HDiiTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Roger Goodell causes widespread confusion by showing up at HBCU National Championship to support Nephew. As Jackson State and North Carolina Central took the field for the Celebration Bowl on this past Saturday, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell was in attendance. It left nearly everybody watching completely baffled. The Celebration Bowl, played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, was first played in 2015. It is a contested between the champions of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, which is the MEAC, and the Southwestern Athletic Conference, which is the SWAC. Because of its ties to the two prominent conferences of historically black colleges and universities, it is informally known as the HBCU National Championship. Whichever conference champion comes out victorious is considered the best HBCU football team that season. This year's game was electric. The Tigers and Eagles played to the first ever overtime period in the game's history, and it ended in an upset. Coach Prime and Jackson State fell to NC Central in heartbreaking fashion on 4th and goal. So why was Goodell in attendance? He and Coach Prime are acquaintances. Perhaps he was there to support him in his final game before leaving for Colorado. Maybe he was there to support HBCUs. While each of those reasons may have also been true, Goodell was there to support his nephew. Charlton Goodell, or Charlie as Uncle Roger calls him, is a sophomore at Jackson State. They shared a hug that looked just like the one Roger gives every first-round NFL draft pick each April before the game. Admittedly, that explanation might not provide any further clarity. As it would turn out, is actually a very cool thing. Charlton is one of Roger's younger brother's adopted children and has gone on to an impressive college football career. Back in 2020, in an interview with Emmanuel Akko called Uncomfortable Conversations with the Black Man, Goodell spoke about his nephew. He offered a unique perspective. I don't look at him as a black nephew. I look at him as my nephew. He's named after my father, Charlie Goodell. It's my youngest brother, and he actually has adopted 2 other kids. I just look at him as my nephew. In the end, although Charlton and the Tigers fell 1 game short of an undefeated season, Roger got to witness one of the best games of the season. It was cool of him to show up for family like that. Now, I'm going to be looked at as, oh, you're negative. Everything is about race and stuff. Everything is about race, because if it wasn't about race, then blacks would be treated equally fairly in business. They would be treated equally fairly with the deficit of the debt. We would be equally treated, we would equally be given opportunities to own ownership, not only in sports but in business as well. With some of the top companies, we would have more brothers as well as sisters in high positions. But when we try to start our own thing or do our own thing, it gets torn down. But that's another story. Look, you guys are going to hate what I say. This is a publicity stunt. Roger, we're not going to forget what you said about Deshaun Watson, calling him a predator. When all the evidence, the case and everything, he was never went to court, never found guilty or not guilty because it never made it to court. And it's funny to me how he's a predator, but what that make Daniel Snyder? But yet, you didn't say anything about Daniel Snyder. What if your nephew was caught up in stuff like Deshaun Watson? What would you have said then? Would he still just be looked at as your nephew? Come on. Roger Goodell has always been a piece of crap. But he's doing what he's paid to do, which is protect the pieces of crap, in the organization, which are the owners. But he gets a pass. he gets a big pass, right? You know, I just find it funny how, you know, pink folk adopt a black kid, and that's cool. They adopted a kid. That's cool. A kid has a chance to be with a family, be able to experience a family, because he, was basically, wasn't claimed by his original family. He's up for adoption, so that's a cool story. He was named after, excuse me, what he said, his dad or grandfather. I'm sorry, I just woke up. Yeah. Yeah, named after his father. Okay. So he said he looks at him as nephew, but you so vehemently looked at Deshaun Watson as, oh, he's a predator. But I'm just still trying to figure out why you didn't say anything about Daniel Snyder. And you've been real quiet about that. You've been real quiet about the Jerry Jones picture. You've been quiet about a lot of things over the years. So I'm sorry, people, if you don't see me as taking this as kindly. This was a publicity stunt to put out there that Roger Goodell is in touch with black people. That's all this was. And you guys are falling for it. Let's see what the social media was saying about it. Let's see. Read some comments. Okay, so you got dude saying, so now JSU got Roger Goodell nephew, and you telling me no Jacks, no JUs leaked that information before today, right? And this was from Fat Boy at MSPU _ 1911. Another guy, Big Cozy at Cozy Q42. Roger Goodell having a black nephew at an HBCU is something I didn't expect to see ever in my life. And this is Big Cozy at Cozy Q42. Roger Sherman at Roger. They said Roger Goodell's nephew plays for Jackson State. And I thought it was a bit, but it turns out Roger Goodell's nephew plays for Jackson State. Here go Brandon Caldwell at _ brand OC. America as a whole realizing Roger Goodell has a black nephew, and it's like, wow, okay. Wholesome Terra Nova at Terra Nova Noah. Roger Goodell having a nephew that plays football at Jackson State was not on my bingo card. And then you got Fred, which says 75-1 at Fred314 _ Roger Goodell having a nephew at Jackson State is one of the biggest plot twists of the year. I mean, yeah, it's a plot twist. I mean, we found out about it. And in 2020, like I said, he had an interview with Emmanuel Aka, who's another Sambo. Uncomfortable conversations with a black man, and as pink folk always do, well, I don't see him as black, I see him as my nephew. No, he's black. And it's funny to me how this all of a sudden comes out after you had the thing with Jerry Jones, how the Daniel Snyder case, how all of that's been swept under the rug from the media. Hey. And then, of course, he's down there because, he wants to get some more plantation workers. Just saying. Trying to get some more plantation workers, from the black colleges that Dion basically opened up the gate for. For him and the others to finally give him a chance and come down there and look at the talent. But look, people going to be like, oh, I'm just being bitter, or just always trying to cause a frenzy. It's not a frenzy. The thing here is what I want to tell people is this. Look, stop being stupid and being blind. There is a real racial problem and prejudice problem in this country. And it has to do with the monetization or the monetary, system of us and them. You guys can live in this world thinking, oh, well, it was just like a couple weeks ago, a black family was trying to get their house appraised and they were being charged out the wazoo. But then they brought their white friends over there to do the same appraisal, I believe it was, and they got a real cheaper price. Cheaper than what they were getting. And this black family has money. They're very successful, both of them. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. It doesn't matter. Yeah, there's no in front racism. There's not being, but there's racism. It is what it is. You people have got to stop being blinded because you want to live in a fantasy world. And this is what I'm trying to say. But it's funny to me, Roger Goodell all of a sudden just show up with a black nephew. Make it make sense, man. Like I said, were you feeling that way about just looking at him as your nephew? Why didn't you look at Deshaun Watson as a man? You just automatically said he's a predator when y'all have no proof of him doing anything out of the ordinary. He had sex with masseuses. Robert Kraft, I didn't hear you call Robert Kraft a predator when he was with a chick. He was caught on tape getting a happy ending. And it's like, what's up? Daniel Snyder, everybody knows what Daniel Snyder's been doing. Harassments, all of this stuff. But hey, it's okay. We can let that go. So, thank you guys for listening, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you guys do love what you hear, you guys could donate to the page by going to my description box, hitting that link to my Cashapp, where you guys could donate whatever your heart's desire. And if you guys whenever we have a live, or we have a premiere video, you guys can super chat. Shout out to Michael Santiago for a super chat yesterday. And shout out to Who Did It this time for his Cash App. I appreciate you, brothers, man. I try to bring y'all the best content I can. Like I said, I'm going to try to give y'all guys more. This year is going to be different. It's going to be a lot more stuff I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get some things going. Just letting you know, just be on the lookout for it, But also, if you come to the video, you're not able to super chat or you can't Cash App, you guys can do a super thanks. Basically, after the video's over with, you can go to super thanks button. It's like a super chat, but it's after the video's over with. So thank you guys, man, for your love and blessings, man. We're out. Deezy.